Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are smelling some wonderful smells coming out of the kitchen. And for those of you who are in separation, you're not with your person, your loved one, your twin, your soulmate, you're in that separation area. Let's take a look at the energies for today. So, Spirit, tell us what those energies are for those of us who are in separation today. And Spirit is saying, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Right. And so Spirit's saying that, yeah, you may not be, in union at this moment in time. You may not be in contact or low contact, uh, but don't let guilt cloud that experience. Kind of just go within and try to, concentrate on what it is that you do have in your life at this moment in time. Start that healing process. So, Spirit, what other love energies do you want to give us for today for those in separation on this Thanksgiving day? You're going to show us any surprises that may be coming in for the holidays. Let's see what we have ready to reveal itself. Spirit, let's get some more cards here, and just remember this is a collective reading. May or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate, let me know, put it in the comments. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If you are looking for your own personal reading, I still have a few more days left on my sale for the holidays. This can be redeemed at a later date. You just have to purchase now, and then you could schedule it. Makes a great gift for somebody who has everything or is very spiritual and would like some guidance, or somebody who's just in a spot where they really need that spiritual assistance. So with that, Spirit's saying be careful of illusion, right? And what happens with illusion? It brings us into confusion, and as we get into confusion, we get stuck in that hamster wheel of karma. And Spirit's saying you're being tested on that, right? So you may be getting situations that are going to come into your field that are not for you, but Spirit wants to know that, are you discerning it? Have you healed enough to get out of that space, or are you going to be stuck into that cycle again? And they may come as obstacles, right? That may just be inside of that space. But Spirit's saying you need to have trust. Right? You have to trust in yourself, which many of us don't, right? And once you have that trust, you may have the intuition, the clarity to get out of that loop. Stay out of the guilt, right? That's twice we're seeing guilt in here. Stop feeling guilty about whatever decisions that you made or somebody else made. These were decisions that were made in that time where you only had that information. Forgive yourself. Look deeply within yourself, right? So Spirit's telling a lot of us to kind of introspect a lot, to get out of this illusion. Don't get stuck into this trap again. Get into the trust and embrace what destiny has in store for you, because destiny has something. I've been seeing it in the cards quite a bit. Let's take a look at what other love energies want to present themselves within this reading for those who are in separation on this holiday. And it's a tough holiday because this is one where you spend with your loved ones. And, if you are in that separation, it tugs on your heart, right? We all know that. So let's see what else Spirit wants to give us for today. What advice, what is it going to show us, what's in the energies? And Spirit just dumped the whole stack load on here, so let's go through with it, see what we have. So Spirit is telling us that, and this is a confirmation, right? Time apart. We're in a timeout. People who are watching this, because it is a love and separation, it's a timeout. And why are we in a timeout? We've also been burdened with a lot of responsibilities, and that's been weighing on us a lot. And Spirit's also saying that there's divine timing at play. So things are being orchestrated, but you got to get out of this illusion first and this confusion, get out of these obstacles. Because dreams do come true. They do. You will be falling in love, and it will be a lasting love. But you have to get out of here by going through here, which is look within, find out what you're feeling guilty about, trust that you have the ability to get out of this confusion loop. I call this the hamster wheel of karma. And you'll see that in every read. We read energies here. We don't really read stories, because stories really are just that. They're fabrications. The energies are always there for you. And what we read is, okay, here's what energies are available, what doors are open, which doors are not. And be aware of what is preventing you from getting to what you want in those open doors. So let's look at what other information Spirit wants to give us within this connection that we're channeling right now. This is a collective. So again, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Reach out if you're looking for your own personal reading, and do take advantage of the sale that I have that's sitting right next to me on the screen, because that sale will not be here for the rest of the year. Probably never go that low again. And this is a great way to take advantage of, if it's the holidays, people are short on money. So this is a way to get that reading that you need and still be able to afford what you want for the holidays. Also makes an amazing gift. So with that, let's see what other energy Spirit has given us today. So Spirit's saying the golden mirror, right? You guys are mirroring each other, your person or an unknown person that you don't even know. You're mirroring each other. And Spirit's also saying that what you had can't happen again. It's a coffin. Put a fork in this. You can't have that old energy. That old energy is what's keeping you stuck. When you finally release it with that coffin by burying it, and not burying it inside of yourself, but burying it outside of yourself, meaning release that energy, then this new beginning can happen either with your person in a new energy or a new person. Okay? Spirit's also saying stop self-sabotaging, stop feeling like you're not enough. You have to go within and start doing this healing within yourself. And when you do, there's abundance, there's going to be passion, and there is going to be an engagement ring. And when we see an engagement ring, that generally just means that you're moving to the next level of commitment of whatever you are experiencing. So if you are not with somebody, then somebody's coming in, or your person's coming back in. If you are with somebody, then most likely you shouldn't be watching this read, because it's a separation read, but that commitment is going to move to the next level of whatever that is. And so with that, let's take a look at what are the energies that are blocking this connection that you're trying to find. What's blocking you in love, right? And for those of you who are watching, I'm going to offer you a special that I will not even post online or on my screen. It's for anybody who has watched and is interested in finding out what's blocking themselves in love. Most powerful read that is out there. I'm going to offer it for an unheard of $5. You send me an email, send me a DM, $5 for what's blocking you in love. Normally that's a $10 read, but because I would like people to find out what it is, get it into their awareness, and then let them figure out how they're going to work on it, I'm going to offer it for an unheard of price of $5. That's only going to be till the next couple days, until November 30th. So if you're interested in that, reach out. This is not one I'm going to post. So Spirit, what is blocking this collective? One I'm reading right now, that is in separation and Thanksgiving. Give me one more block, please. No, I'm not taking half the deck. I saw you trying to swat that. I stopped you in the middle. Okay. Yeah, they were trying to swat that whole deck. There's just a lot of blocks out there, but let's just get to the majors. All right. First one is changing them, right? And this is one that a lot of people do. They say, well, this perfect person would be perfect if, right? And that if is not allowing that person to be who they are. And many times they are who they are. And to try to change them for you is unhealthy. And the same thing for you to try to change yourself for anybody else is unhealthy. You only want to change for you. In other words, what makes you happy, what you recognize as something that you need to change, when it comes from inside of you, not from somebody saying, well, you'd be perfect if, right? No, you're perfect the way you are, or if you don't feel perfect the way you are, then you change for yourself. You have them change for themselves, not for you, not for what you want. Second one is not talking. You aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. And this happens a lot, especially with the empath narcissist dynamic, because the narcissist is not going to allow you to tell you how to feel. Every time you try to say that, they'll invalidate it in a second or go back and say, well, they're feeling the same way, blah, blah, blah. And that is non-healed communication, trauma-based communication, and you want to get out of that trauma-based communication. And if it's not communicating, then guess what? It's not the right person. Move on. Right. And the last one is not my type. Be open to different types of people because you may be surprised at who you find. And a lot of times this is also uh, people who are in an adrenaline rush of trauma. They go after the bad boy, the bad girl, that person who is flighty, who's going out and conquest after conquest. And why? Because they know right away that this is not something that is ever going to be stable. And because you don't really want the commitment, you're going to go into that space because you're afraid of it, because that way it perpetuates your story that says you're unlovable, that there's nobody out there for you, uh, you're too good for everybody, whatever it is. That story is perpetuated because you're allowing that trauma response to carve your story because you truthfully don't want it inside. You're afraid of it, and you have to get out of that fear, and you have to get out of that space, and you have to be into allowing for love. So let's get into some messages, some inspirational messages from our higher selves, right? Because now we kind of know what's blocking. And again, for them, I'm going to say it one last time. Anybody who is interested in what's blocking you in love, it is $5 for the next 2 days. You send me a DM or an email, and we'll do the read right away. It is the most powerful read that it is. And you know what, Mike? Hang on till the end of the read, and if you can hang on for about another 5 or 10 minutes, I'll answer that question for you. I might actually pop on for a pop-up live in a little bit anyway to answer some questions, but let me just get through this read first. So let's get some inspiration for your higher self. Hey, Spirit, what do you want to tell everybody for this Thanksgiving Day? And we got a bunch of things that our higher self is saying, and our higher self is the one that has made it through this journey, has found the love that they're seeking, and they're giving us advice on how they got there so that we can do it ourselves. And one of the biggest ones they have is don't dwell on what might be on the other side of that closed door, right? And so if you don't open that door, well, guess what? Don't worry about it. And if it's closed and locked, then don't dwell on what could have been, because it's not, because the door is closed. Right? Move on. And it's easy to say, hard to do sometimes, because you have to release that energy. This is your time to step up and lead for your soul. Right? And so this is what Spirit's been telling you. It's time for you to go within, time for you to start healing yourself and your traumas. And as you do, you're going to start leading from soul, and you aren't done. You are just getting started. And for those of you who are watching, Spirit saying, yeah, it's time to get started. Start moving one foot in front of the other. So let's get some timing for today. And remember, when we look at timing, timing is never an absolute. There's never exact. Timing is just something that can give you a general possibility that things may or may not happen. And why is that? Because every decision begets another decision, which begets another decision, until you're at a place where things change rapidly because of those decisions. Because we are in a free will universe. You are not in a universe where everything is fixed. So you just have to kind of learn to flow with it. So let's see what our timing deck wants to say for us today. And so, Spirit, what is the timing for this? When can we see that new person coming in, falling in love, passion? All right. So we've got a few cards that flew right out. First one says in a few weeks, right? And December to September. So for some of you, December is right right around the corner, right? For those of you who have chosen to go through and do that healing, we're right here, December in a few weeks. For those of you who have decided to hold it off and stay in that illusion and karma, it may be anywhere between December and September. So that is my read for today. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. If you do want your own reading, do reach out. Take advantage of my Thanksgiving sale that's right over here. Uh, you will not see a price like that. Normally, the full reading is $55, as is the personal light language. Mini readings are usually $25. So if you want one, this is the time to reach out. Don't be on the fence too much longer. With that, I thank everybody for listening. And this ends the read.